Krishna. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for the kirtan, and sorry for the delay. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, text number 34. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, Canto 1, Chapter 8, text number 34. Bharavatar Nayanye Bhuvo Nava Ivo Dadhau Sidantya Bhuri Bharena Jato Yatma Bhuartitaha. Bharavatar Nayanye Bhuvo Nava Ivo Dadhau Sidantya Bhuri Bharena Jato Yatma Bhuvartitaha. Bharavatar Nayanye Bhuvo Nava Ivo Dadhau Sidantya Bhuri Bharena Jato Hi Atma Bhuvartitaha. Anyone like to repeat? Bharavatar Nayanye Bhuvo Nava Ivo Dadhau Sidantya Bhuri Bharena Jato Hi Atma Bhuvartitaha. Bharavatar Nayanye Bhuvo Nava Ivo Dadhau Sidantya Bhuri Bharena Jato Hi Atma Bhuvartitaha. Bharavatar Nayanye Bhuvo Nava Ivo Dadhau Sidantya Bhuri Bharena Jato Hi Atma Bhuvartitaha. Bharavatar Nayanye भुवो नाव इवो दधौ सीदन्त्या भूरि भारेण जातो हि आत्मा भुवार्तितः. Word to word meaning: Bhara avatarnaya, just to reduce the burden to the world. Anye, others. Bhuvaha, of the world. Navaha, boat. Iva, like. Udadhau, on the sea. Sidantyaha, aggrieved. Bhuri, extremely. Bharena, by the burden. Jataha, you were born. He, certainly. Atma Bhuvaha, by Brahma. Arthitaha, being prayed for. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation is as follows. Others say that the world, being overburdened like a boat at sea, is much aggrieved, and that Brahma, who is your son, prayed for you, and so you have appeared to diminish the trouble. Purport: Brahma, or the first living being born just after the creation, is the direct son of Narayan. Narayan, as Garbhodakshai Vishnu, first of all entered the material universe. Without spiritual contact, matter cannot create. This principle was followed from the very beginning of the creation. The Supreme Spirit entered the universe, and the first living being, Brahma, was born on a lotus flower grown out of the transcendental abdomen of Vishnu. Vishnu is therefore known as Padmanabha. Brahma is known as Atmabhu because he was begotten directly from the father without any contact of Mother Lakshmiji. Lakshmiji was present near Narayan, engaged in the service of the Lord, and still, without contact with Lakshmiji, Narayan begot Brahma. That is the omnipotency of the Lord. One who foolishly considers Narayan like other living beings should take a lesson from this. Narayan is not an ordinary living being. He is the personality of Godhead himself, and he has all the potencies of all the senses in all parts of his transcendental body. An ordinary living being begets a child by sexual intercourse, and he has no other means to beget a child other than the one designed for him. But Narayan, being omnipotent, is not bound to any condition of energy. He is complete and independent to do anything and everything by his various potencies very easily and perfectly. Brahma is therefore directly the son of the father and was not put into the womb of a mother. Therefore, he is known as Atmabhu. This Brahma is in charge of further creations in the universe, secondarily reflected by the potency of the omnipotent. Within the halo of the universe, there is a transcendental planet known as Shweta Dvipa, which is the abode of the Kshirodakshai Vishnu, the Paramatma feature of the Supreme Lord. Whenever there is trouble in the universe that cannot be solved by the administrative demigods, they approach Brahmaji for a solution. And if it is not to be solved even by Brahmaji, then Brahmaji consults and prays to the Kshirodakshai Vishnu for an incarnation and solution to the problems. Such a problem arose when Kamsa and others were ruling over the earth, and the earth became too much overburdened by the misdeeds of the Asuras. Brahmaji, along with other demigods, prayed at the shore of the Kshirodaka ocean, and they were advised of the descent of Krishna as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. So some people say that the Lord appeared because of the prayers of Brahmaji. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। Hare Krishna. So praying at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled Vaishnavas that whatever we speak today, may that be for our own purification and ultimately for the pleasure of all the Vaishnavas and the pleasure of Radha Kalachandji. Hare Krishna. So we are currently doing the prayers of Queen Kunti, and just to recap a little bit, till now we have seen from the beginning that the war, the battle of Kurukshetra is done, and now Krishna is about to leave for Dwarka from Kurukshetra, and that's when Mother Kunti is offering her prayers to Krishna. So Kunti's prayers are actually, if we see, there are 3 sections of her prayers. In the first section, Kunti Maharani is glorifying Krishna. She's offering obeisances and she's glorifying that you are the Supreme Lord, you are the super soul in all the living entities. She's glorifying Krishna in first few verses. And then in the next few verses, after glorifying, she's expressing her gratitude to Krishna, that how Krishna has protected her and her children, that is the Pandavas, how Krishna has protected the 6 of them in the times of Shri Radha Kalachandji ki Jai. In the times of distress, in the times of calamities, how the Pandavas were saved. Kunti Maharani is describing all of that. And now, finally, when Krishna is about to leave, Kunti Maharani says that, oh, you were always there with us when there were calamities. And therefore she says, because we want you to always stay with us. Therefore she says, Vipadaha santutaha shashvat tatra tatra jagadguru bhavato darshanam yasyat apunar bhava darshanam. That because there were calamities, you were always there with us. Therefore I pray, Kunti Maharani is saying that I pray that may there always be calamities and problems with us. may we get more and more reversals in our life so that you always stay with us. That was Kunti Maharani's mood. And then after this section of prayers, finally Kunti Maharani starts glorifying Krishna, that how Krishna is actually unborn. How Krishna's appearance and disappearance are transcendental. He doesn't take birth just like all of us. Kunti Maharani gives reasons as to why Krishna appears in this world. Why Krishna appears. Kunti Maharani gives various reasons. Kunti Maharani says that you appear for the glorification, to perform the glorification of all of the Yadu kings, and especially Yudhishthir Maharaj. Why Yudhishthir Maharaj? Because Yudhishthir is one of the greatest devotees of the Lord, and also in the sacrifice, the sacrifice which they did at Indraprastha, there Yudhishthir installed Krishna as the worshipable personality. So Yudhishthir was very dear to Krishna. So therefore Krishna considers Yudhishthir to be very dear to him as well. So for his glorification, Krishna appeared, Kunti Maharani is saying. And after giving few reasons why Krishna appears, in the previous verse we also saw that Kunti Maharani is saying that you appear because Vasudeva and Devaki prayed for your appearance. So Vasudeva and Devaki were in their previous lives are actually Sutapa and Prishni. And in their previous life, Sutapa and Prishni did lot of austerity so that the Supreme Lord may appear as their child. So they did lot of austerity, and just to give pleasure to his Shri Shri Radha Kalachandji ki Jai. So just to give pleasure to Devaki and Vasudev, just for the pleasure of his dear devotees, Krishna again appears as Krishna. He appears as Krishna. That's the reason that Kunti gives. So we have to understand that for the pleasure of devotees, Krishna can take any form. For example, just for the protection of Prahlad, Krishna came as Hiranyakashipu. Oh, as Lord Narsimhadev, sorry. As Lord Narsimhadev. He came as Lord Narsimhadev. Then, to uplift Mother Earth from the Garbhodaka ocean, the Supreme Lord appeared as Lord Varahadev. So in this way, Supreme Lord, just for the pleasure and just for the protection of his dear devotees, he appears in any form. He is not born, just like in today's purport, Srila Prabhupada also says that he is talking about Brahma. That Brahma is called as Atma Bhu because he was only born of Krishna. He was not born of the union of Narayan and Lakshmi. None of us here are born just from our father, just because of our father. All of us have a mother. Therefore, Brahma is called as Atma Bhu. And same when Krishna appears in this world, when he appeared as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, He just appeared. He didn't took birth because of the union of his parents, but he appeared only to give them the pleasure and to fulfill the request of Vasudeva and Devaki. So these are the few reasons that Kunti Maharani is actually giving as to why Krishna appears. And in today's verse, Kunti Maharani, that the verse that we read today, Kunti Maharani is saying that because Mother Earth is overwhelmed with demoniac people, it is overburdened. On the request of this world, on the request of Mother Earth, and ultimately on the request of Lord Brahma, you appeared in this world. Now we know, especially even in Krishna book, we have read, Srila Prabhupada writes that even in the Bhagavatam, 10th canto, it is described that at the end of Dwapar Yuga, because the earth was filled with all of the demons, therefore Mother Earth approached Lord Brahma to please appear and destroy all of the demons and protect the devotees. And then, after hearing Lord Brahma's prayers, Krishna finally appears in this world. So whenever there is a disturbance on this planet, whenever there is some increase in irreligion, and when the burden increases, so now we have to here understand what exactly is the burden. For Mother Earth, burden is not the increase in population. She can handle today the amount of people or living entities exist on the earth. Mother Earth can handle even 1,000 times more living entities than we have today. Mother Earth can handle that. But what Mother Earth cannot tolerate is the burden of sinful activities that is being performed by demons. That Mother Earth cannot tolerate. So the burden that is being talked about in this verse is actually the burden of the sinful activities that is being caused by the demons. So therefore, whenever this burden of demons increases on earth, the personality of earth, that is Mother Earth, who is actually the wife of the Supreme Lord. Because when Varahadev appeared, Varahadev got married to Mother Earth. And that's when their son, Bhaumasur, was born. Bhaumasur was born because of Varahadev and Mother Earth's union. So Mother Earth is actually a wife of the Supreme Lord. And when she requests to appear, so just for the pleasure of his devotee, Krishna appears. So all of them, Mother Earth, and when they first approached all the demigods, especially Lord Brahma, she approached to pray to the Supreme Lord for a descent. So this is how it takes place. Even in our material world, we see that whenever there is some increase in criminal activity, some leaders of city, they will try to manage on their own. Now if they are not able to manage, let's say the mayor is not able to manage the affairs of the city, then he will go to maybe the president or the prime minister of that particular country. If the chief minister is not able to manage the affairs of its own state or the city, then they approach the prime minister. Similarly, whenever there are some problems and the demigods, who are actually the controllers of this entire material world, the secondary controllers, when they can't find a solution to the problems, they finally approach the Supreme Lord for the solution. And therefore, just for the pleasure of his dear devotees, the Supreme Lord, Krishna, finally appears in this world. Now, Brahma, who is described as Atmabhu, he is born from the Garbhodakshayi Vishnu. Now, Vishnu, so first from Krishna comes Balram, and from Balram, finally all the expansions are coming. And Brahma expands into Mahavishnu, Kshirodakshayi Vishnu, and Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, the three Vishnus. So before coming into Krishna consciousness, I personally had the idea there is only one Vishnu. But after coming into Bhakti, after coming into ISKCON, after reading some Shastra, we understand that there is not just one expansion of Vishnu, but there are three. And out of those three, from Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, who enters each universe, so from Mahavishnu, from each pore of Mahavishnu, there are millions and millions of universes coming out. And in each universe, the next expansion of Mahavishnu, that is Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, enters. And in each universe, Garbhodakshayi Vishnu is lying, and from the navel of Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, Brahma takes birth. Now, because Brahma is taking birth without mother, Brahma is known as Atmabhu in this particular verse. And therefore, Prabhupada, therefore Brahma is a very special personality. When this entire material world is destroyed, Brahma goes back to the spiritual world. And therefore, because Brahma is a pure devotee and he is a Mahajan, in the Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto, it is described there are 12 Mahajans like Brahma, Narada, Kapila, Manu, Shukdev Goswami, Yamraj, etc. There are total 12 Mahajans. Oh yes, Lord Shiva, Prahlad Maharaj. Yes, and the 4 Kumaras and Janak. Yes, very good, very good. Hari Bol. So like that there are 12 Mahajans. And Lord Brahma is one of them. He's a great personality. So therefore, for the pleasure of Brahma, Krishna appears. Now for Krishna, actually if he has to destroy the demons, there is no need for his appearance. Because Krishna is anyways there in the heart of every living entity as Paramatma. So, right from within, he can completely destroy all the demons. Within 1 second, he can just destroy. But just for the pleasure of his devotees, he appears. Because Krishna likes to perform Leela. Krishna likes to perform wonderful pastimes with the devotees. He appears in this world. But otherwise, Krishna is independent. As Krishna, the first verse of the Bhagavatam says, Janmadyasya yaton vayadi tarasas chartheshva abhigya swarat. Swarat means Krishna is completely independent. He is not dependent on any of the materialistic, or he is not dependent that he is taking birth because of some union of male and female. Therefore, this is the difference between Krishna's appearance and our birth. We are born because of the union of our parents. But Krishna takes birth only for the pleasure of devotees, but still he remains independent. He is not dependent upon any processes of this material world. And therefore, because there is lack of Krishna consciousness, there is burden in this world. There are sinful activities. Srila Prabhupada, I was listening one lecture on this verse yesterday only, and Srila Prabhupada makes a very great point here. Srila Prabhupada says that whenever there is no soul in the body, as long as there is a soul in the body can very easily float in the air or in the water. Like we see birds are very easily floating in the air. Very smoothly, very easily. They are so light that they are floating in the air. But as soon as the soul leaves the body, the body becomes so heavy that it drops down. So the body is light because there is soul present in the body. That's why it is light. But as soon as the soul leaves the body becomes heavy and it falls down because of death. So similarly, because now at this point, because the Mother Earth is overburdened by the demons and because of their sinful activities, she is praying for Krishna to appear. And if Krishna appears, naturally he will destroy all these demons, and again she will become light, which means there will be no sinful people present on Mother Earth. That's what Prabhupada explained in his class yesterday. So why we have to understand why demons are a problem for the society is because demons are not just harmful materially, but they are most harmful to the spiritual lives of the people. The demons, they don't allow, especially in those days, the sages. We even have heard the descriptions in the Ramayana where the sages are performing some sacrifice. And these demons used to come and destroy their sacrificial arena and their fire sacrifice by throwing some abominable substances into that fire sacrifice. So, more than the body, these demons are harmful for the spiritual life of the living entity. And therefore, just for the protection of his devotees, Krishna appears. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To establish the dharma and to protect the devotees. By annihilating the demons, I appear millennium after millennium, Krishna says. So therefore, in Dwapar Yuga, Krishna appeared and he killed many demons who were causing some sinful activities. And in Kali Yuga, all the living entities, they have some tendency to become demons. So now if Krishna has to appear and to kill all the demons, because Krishna appears to kill only the demons. Now if Krishna wants to appear and kill only the demons, then he has to kill everyone. Because the age of Kali Yuga is such that the demoniac qualities, the demoniac tendencies are there in practically all the living entities. And therefore, in this age of Kali Yuga, Krishna doesn't come to kill the demons, but Krishna comes to kill the demoniac tendencies of the living entities. Krishna comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to kill the demoniac propensities of lust, anger, envy, pride, all these anarthas. Krishna comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives the holy name, that holy name destroys the demoniac tendencies within our heart. So Krishna has already appeared in Kali Yuga in the form of his holy name. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. Chaitanya Charitamrita says that Kali Kale, in this age of Kali Yuga, Nama Rupe, in the form of his holy name, Krishna Avatar, Krishna has appeared. So therefore, in this age of Kali Yuga, especially this first 10,000 years of Kali Yuga is called as the golden period, where it is a transition between a Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga, where we can very easily practice this process of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, the remaining years in this age of Kali, after the first 10,000 years, are very, very bad. We cannot even imagine the level of sinful activities that will be performed in the time to come ahead in Kali Yuga. And therefore, at the end of Kali, when only the demons will be left, Krishna will again appear as Kalki Avatar to reduce the burden of Mother Earth. Krishna will appear as Kalki Avatar and he will kill all the demoniac kings and again restart the Satya Yuga. But we have to consider ourselves extremely fortunate that we have taken birth in this Kali Yuga, especially in this first 10,000 years of the age of Kali, where it is easier to practice bhakti. It is easier to practice Krishna consciousness. It is easier to go outside on Harinam and give the holy names to everyone. A time will come in Kali Yuga where all the temples will be destroyed, where we cannot go out and do Harinam Sankirtan. We cannot take the deities out. A time will come like that in this age of Kali Yuga as we progress more. So therefore, we have to consider ourselves extremely fortunate that we have taken birth in this Kali Yuga. As a human being, this human form of life is so precious that out of 84 lakhs or 8.4 million species of life, we have been gifted this most precious human form of life. Bhagavatam describes that Prahlad Maharaj in the 7th canto has described that therefore, because this human form of life is so precious, Prahlad Maharaj in the 7th canto describes Kaumaram acharet pradnyo dharman bhagavatan iha durlabham manusham janma tadapi adhruvam arthadam. That one has to start practicing bhakti from at the age of 5. He says Kaumara. Kaumara means someone who is at the age of 5 and above. One has to start practicing bhakti even since that age. Because this human form of life is extremely rare and we may never know that when this precious gift will be taken away from us. And therefore we have seen even in the times of COVID, we have seen people who are as young as in their 20s have left their bodies because of this COVID pandemic. So therefore, there is no guarantee when this body will come to an end. So therefore, we have to consider this good fortune that we have, that has been gifted to us by Srila Prabhupada, who painstakingly at the age of 70, who came to the West and gave this Krishna consciousness to far and wide. He encircled the globe 14 times at the age of 70. with 3 heart attacks. And he struggled so much, only so that we understand how fortunate we are. We understand how glorious this human form of life is. And we take the process of Krishna consciousness very seriously. And therefore, when we take this process of Krishna consciousness, the demoniac tendencies within our heart will be destroyed. The demons will be killed, not outside, but inside. And that is the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his Shikshashtakam, he says, Cheto darpada marjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam. He starts by saying, Cheto darpana marjanam. By chanting of the holy names of Krishna, the chitta, that is our consciousness, will be purified, which is filled with all the anarthas like lust, anger,